In this video, I'm talking about the connection and relationship between the conscious and the subconscious mind. And I will talk about the reticular activating system, intuition, and practicing things. So it's a concept, the conscious and the subconscious mind, it's a concept because actually, let's say that we have a mind. We accept this concept, I don't define this, but the mind is not, there is no a part which is conscious and there is not a part which is subconscious, or other word is unconscious, but I use subconscious. It is our awareness of something that we are conscious of at this moment about, let's say, the noise outside. Or I am aware of, so aware of, conscious of, the same. So I am conscious of the hot air coming into my face, or my breathing, or what I'm thinking about this moment. And the subconscious is actually the whole body, especially the brain, that is automatic, and we are not aware of its activity at this moment. So let's say my breathing, I can be conscious about my breathing or not conscious about my breathing, depending on one focus. And the proportion of this, when I ask people that in their life, what is the proportion of the conscious and the subconscious elements, and people say something 50-50, 60-40, this kind of person, but my beliefs, it's basically any moment we have one item that we can be conscious about, we can be aware of. Only one. And all the other things that our body does, thinking, breathing, blood flow, everything, and what's happening outside, the observation, it's automatic. So I would say that the subconscious, what we call subconscious activity, is 100% of our brain activity minus one, maximum minus 0 or minus 1, depending whether we are aware of anything or just one thing. And the conscious mind is one thing. So, and the idea that there is no conscious mind or subconscious mind, but we have the mind, my analogy is that, let's say there is a huge room with a lot of machines working. That is an analogy for your body and your brain activity, and the room is totally dark. So totally dark, we don't know anything about what's going on. So this is the subconscious mind, and we have a flashlight or a laser pointer or something that we can point to some parts of the machine. So that is the conscious mind. So we point, so it's not a light that bright the whole room. It is just a very laser focused light that we point on something, and then we can see that part and maybe understand, but at least we can observe consciously, we are aware. And then the next moment, maybe we keep the light on that one. So this is that we are thinking consciously for a while about something, or we can point to another elements of the machinery and the room, so we can change our conscious focus moment by moment, but we can only think about one thing at one time. And it doesn't even mean that we really understand what's going on. We are just focusing, okay? So I believe that me or any person, it's a biologically created, socially programmed, culturally, socially programmed, and individually a little bit modified, pre-programmed robots. So we are a bio-robot that almost 100% of our activity is automatic, is subconscious. And we have the consciousness, humans, maybe animals also have some kind of consciousness, probably, if they try to protect themselves. So let's talk about just humans. So we can have consciousness about our thoughts, about our body, about our things in our environments and other people. But only one at a moment. We can change it very, very quickly, the focus. So, but let's use this concept, subconscious and conscious mind, but it's more about the present activity. So what is the connection between them? When we learn, the main point in learning that we start consciously doing something, like let's say play the piano. You want to play correctly, you really have to do it very slowly, because the conscious mind, the conscious activity is super slow, very, very slow compared to the automatic mind, the subconscious mind. Okay, so first you are consciously focusing and play this key, this key, this key, and then you do this very often. You practice until it becomes automatic. At any time you can do it automatically, and this is a building block in your musical playing the music. So the conscious mind, one role of the conscious mind is to program or reprogram the subconscious mind. So it's easier to program. So that's why children, they can learn quickly. Maybe it's a biologically reason also, but also because they didn't learn something. So when you learn it first time, you can learn it quickly. But when you have to reprogram yourself, let's say you learn a language and you learned it incorrectly, or you learn a dancing move and you learned it incorrectly, and you want to reprogram yourself more consciously, that is more difficult. So the function of the conscious mind is training the subconscious mind, and hopefully correctly, so we can do things, body movement, speaking, doing many things automatically without thinking. Because the benefit of automatic thinking and automatic doing, that we save mental energy, we save time, and it can save our lives. Let's say if you jump away when something attacks you, and if you don't jump away, so try to consciously analyze what's happening, maybe it's too late and you die. So evolution favored the individuals, animals or people who had a well-programmed subconscious mind. So when the tiger jumped on you, you didn't start to analyze that, oh, is it a cat, or is it my friends are joking with me, is it a real tiger, a live tiger? Okay, you don't analyze consciously, you react subconsciously. If not, then you wipe out and you don't exist anymore. So this is from the conscious to the subconscious. And the big topic of habit change is about this, because habits are mainly subconscious. They are triggers. You can change it, but it's some routines, some automatic actions, and you have to reprogram your mind. And I have videos about this topic, so I don't talk about this. Okay, let's look at the other connection from the subconscious to the conscious. So let's say you have a problem, or you have a project, you are thinking, you want to create something, you come up with an idea, and then you spend a lot of time, and then suddenly you have a realization. So in this case, what happened that first you consciously was thinking about a topic, you learned a lot of things, maybe 10, 20 years, let's say biology or math or physics, so you are an expert in your field, and then you have a specific project, a very specific problem, and you spend days, weeks, months, or even years about solving that problem. It means that you are thinking consciously, but also I choose to believe that you are thinking this about subconsciously. So this thinking, I believe that it's also automatic and we don't know, but suddenly you have a realization, usually when you don't think about that problem, but you are in a relaxed state. That's why the eureka moment, when you have a shower, you're totally relaxed, or you are jogging in the park, or hang out with your friend, and then suddenly you have a solution. So this is in the deep background of the subconscious mind. Your brain is still thinking about the solution. You are not aware of this. And when there is a relaxed moment, or something triggers an idea, or maybe the last puzzle element comes into your mind, then the subconscious pushes up to your conscious that, suddenly I understand this. Actually, I had an experience, the buoyant force, when I had to learn the buoyant force in physics in my primary school. I spent a lot of time with my mother to learn about this. I didn't understand. I was a smart student, but I just didn't understand this physical theory. And I went to sleep, and when I got up in the morning, I understood. So probably what happened, that the whole night my brain was thinking about this. I was not aware that I was sick. I slept very well. I woke up and voila, the solution was there. I understood. It was so clear, so simple. So this is one element when you are working on a problem, or when you want to create something, the subconscious mind will push up the solution. But sometimes it will not push it so clearly, and this category, let's say intuition, we can call it intuition. So intuition, my definition, is that the subconscious mind communicates to you, because the subconscious doesn't have a language. It's either ideas to the conscious mind, or when it communicates your physiology, your body. Okay, so let's say that the previous example, that the subconscious pushes up and you become conscious about this. This is about the idea element, so that the subconscious is communicating to your brain, to your mind. But when it's communicating to your body, so let's see that you see a dog, and then your body has a fear reaction, an automatic fear reaction, because maybe you had in childhood a very bad experience with a dog. The dog attacked you, beat you, but you totally forget. So you consciously have no idea why are you afraid of the dogs, why your blood pressure goes up and heart start to beat very fast. Why? Because subconsciously you have this memory, and the body is communicating danger to you, preparing you to run away. You consciously are not aware, but this is a kind of physiological reaction. Sometimes we can call it an intuition, a kind of feeling, and a lot of people, they just ignore this, but like psychic, who call them psychic, I don't really believe too much, but I understand there is this kind of phenomenon that some people are more tuned into their own reactions to things, so they can feel. So what is behind this, in cases when it's real, that you have life experience, but you are not aware of those things. And then your life experience tells you, the subconscious mind tells you that, hey, somebody wear similar hat, and then this person hit me. But I can't remember anything, I can't remember the hat. But I have a bad feeling, so if I listen to my body that be dangerous, then I will respond, maybe in this case, incorrectly. So maybe my intuition was, in this case, incorrect, because that experience 20 years ago has nothing to do, and the head, that has nothing to do with my experience with this person in this same head. So in this case, my intuition said something that is incorrect. But sometimes it can be correct. So let's say you are a fireman. You go into a building and you can go to left or right, and you have a feeling that no, I don't want to go to the right side. You have no idea why, but maybe there is some kind of noise that you hear, process subconsciously, and this noise, you heard it at least one or maybe two times, and that noise was followed by an explosion. But you don't really consciously connect this. It's the brain has a lot of pattern recognition activity, and a lot of times it's hidden from us, so it's unconscious, subconscious. But let's say that you hear some sounds, maybe you hear consciously the sounds, maybe not. But the body can give you, through intuition, which is a past experience and subconscious past experience, communicating through your body, so you can just have a feeling, or maybe when you think right, you just have a feeling that no, I should not go to the right. I don't know why. So this is intuition, when there is really something, even if you are not aware of this, that tells you that there is a pattern, that this kind of sounds, and then explosion, and then you go to the left and you save your life because you listen to your inner voice, this kind of intuition. And the rectangular activating system, RAS. So this is also a kind of way between the conscious and subconscious. So you are very focused recently on a topic, and then you walk in the street. My experience is that one day I went to Park Island. I didn't really know about this island. I didn't know about the name. And then the next day I walked in the street, and there was a poster about Park Island. And I walked past by this poster every day before. I never recognized this. It was nothing. So it didn't come to my conscious mind that I walked and, Park Island. I was there yesterday. So it was in my rectangular activating system, the selective focus. It is about selective focus. So for whatever reason, is it active in your mind? Maybe it is very important for you, or it happened recently, or you had a strong emotional attachment. Then this part, actually this system is in the brain cell, the brain, and where the brain and the spine meets. That is the reptilian brain, so the very old brain. But I'm not talking about the brain element, I'm talking about the mental element. So we have this activating system, and it can be very useful sometimes to bring to our attention, the conscious attention, something that we focus on. But it's usually in our everyday life, it's, let's say, maybe an interesting phenomenon, but not really useful. For example, one example, that a lot of people talking around you and you totally filter out what they are saying, but you hear your name. And why did I hear my name and didn't hear anything else? Why become conscious about hearing my name? Because of this system, RAS. It somehow, our name is very important and we pay attention. So this thing that you feel through your body, or this rectangular activating system, you pay attention subconsciously to think. This is a connection between the conscious and the subconscious mind. And probably there are many other connections, but I was just choosing this kind of things to help you to start to think about this topic, that there is a connection, and you can use the conscious to reprogram yourself to change your subconscious mind. But basically your subconscious mind determines your health, not determine but influence very strongly your health, your relationship with people, your financial success, because that is influencing everything, every moment, except one thing what you are conscious of at one moment.